number 1 is how to add color to your Excel quickly. To do this, just select the entire cell, then press Ctrl 1, and you can see this kind of pop up. Then click Custom, and in Custom, in here, type this kind of code. So this color and close 0. I'm gonna put a smiley face if it's good. Then enter 3 0, and a sad face if it's negative. So then after that, click OK, and that's the result. So for the negative, it's highlighted in red, and for the good, like what is the smiley face is called highlighted in green. So this is all. Tip number 2 is how to easily fix a messy spreadsheet like this. So for example, just press equals and trim, then vertices, then proper, and open, click the cell, close, and there you go. So you can see that it is fixed from the capitalization of the letters and that. So to do this, and continue. There you go. It's all fixed. I have a clean name. So this is a useful kind of tip to easily fix your spreadsheet. Tip number 3 is I'm going to show you how to clean or remove those blank spaces in your spreadsheet. So instead of deleting it one by one, just like this, and delete. So just press F5, then click Special Blanks, okay. Then after that, Control minus, then entire row. Okay, so it's easily removed. All the blank spaces are gone. So this is another tip for you to really useful for you to do. Tip number 4 is I will show you a quick trick on using the sum formula. So instead of typing, just press Alt equal, then insert. So here you go. The sum of the amount from this cell is quickly found. So there you go. Tip number 5 is to turn all letters to caps lock. So as you can see, these are all small letters. So to simply turn them into capital letters, so just press this. So equals upper, then close, parenthesis, click this cell, close, then so as you can see, it's now in capital letters, and do this to turn the rest into capital letters. So this is another easy tip for you. Tip number 6 is how to use the SUMIF function. So let's say we want to find the sum of only the Mazda vehicles. So to do this, just enter this function. So equals SUMIF, parenthesis, then click this cell, comma, then click this cell, comma, then the number, then close. Okay. So now that the function is in place, so I'm gonna type Mazda, and there you go. So as you can see that the total of the Mazda vehicles is 692. So 125, 42, and 125 is equal to 692. And we want to try the Honda. So try Honda. So So 174. So it's 174. So this is the only vehicle in here. So it's 174. Now let's try the Toyota and 689. So the Toyota is in. So 326 plus 89 plus 174 is equal to 689. So there you go. So that's how you use the sum if function to it helps you to find the sum of a certain element in this list rather than the sum of all these vehicles. So tip number 7 is the COUNTIF function. So the COUNTIF function allows us to count a certain selection in the list. So to do this, just press this just enter this function equals COUNTIF, then select the card type, comma, in this cell, then close. So now that the function is in place, so let's try the Mazda again. Mazda, so it counts as 3. So 1, 2, 3. Now let's try the Toyota. It also counts as 3. So 1, 2, 3. So even if I change this to Toyota, now it's 4. So that's all. So this COUNTIF function is really helpful for you to count if you have a very long list of like this. So that's all. Tip number 8 is using the VLOOKUP function. So we have an example here. So we have the list of names, email, phone number, and the revenue. And you are tasked to give this the name, email, phone number, so one by one. So to do this, we have to use the VLOOKUP function. So just type this function, so VLOOKUP, and then get the cell for the name, comma, then select this entire column where your data is, then comma. So the email is indicated in the number 2, the column. So we will put 2, comma again, then put false to put the exact match, then close, and enter. So it is still NA because we haven't put the name yet. So we will proceed to the phone number. So the phone number is still the same function. So we have this and the name, comma, cell, comma. So the phone number is in the third. So we put 3, comma, same again, false, close, enter. The revenue, so always same, up, name, comma, cell, comma. So the revenue is in the fourth, so 4, false, and close. There. So now that we are done inputting the formulas, so let's try. So I'm gonna try to put Abraham Peralta. So let's put his name, and there you go. So we have this email, phone number, and the revenue. And let's try another. So clear phone, her name, and you can see still her email, phone number, and the revenue. And last, let's copy this, paste. So there you go. So the VLOOKUP is very useful one to use. So you can easily see the data that person has. So that's all. Tip 9 is the drop-down list. This is very useful. So let's say you don't want to type the name you want, so just pull a drop-down list. So to do this, just simply click data, then data validation, then click this new value, then change it to list. So for the source, you just click this, then the name you want. So this 4, then this, and OK. So now you have the drop down list, so you can now easily see the information you want to whoever the person you want to see. So the drop down list is another easy tip for you. So that's all. For my final tip is the use of the concatenate. So the concatenate lets you connect the two cells into one cell. So it allows you to basically combine the information into columns and connect it into one. So to do this, you have to put the formula. So equal concatenate, then close, then first name, then comma. So we will add the asterisk, so we can have the spaces between the names, so it cannot be into one word but 2 words. So let's add another asterisk, comma, then the last name, then close, enter, and there you go. My name is now not separated, so if we don't use the asterisk, just like this, cat's name, then just click and without the asterisk, so this will result to no spaces between the names. So the asterisk is important in putting it in the middle. So that's all. Thank you.